In the last 90 days in our marketing company, we've done over 1,400 videos across 15 different editors. In total, we've done over 100 million long form total revenue generating views, over 100,000 leads from a YouTube audience, having a 45% click-through rate on our lead magnets with multi 8 figures in revenue closed. And so I want to go over what is the current meta right now for the highest revenue generating videos, because we track everything from short form, long form, mid form, everything for what videos bring the most leads and which ones bring the most views, because we build the brands of the largest companies and category kings in their space. I'm going to go from quasi broad to hyper niche. Number one being having a clips channel. This is doing a few different things. One, it's you want as much exposure as possible. This is really only useful. We started this in January for one of our clients, Ken McElroy, who has a multi-billion-dollar company in the real estate niche, where our goal is to get accredited investors. And so right now we're getting 20 accredited investors every single week that are potentially going to be investing. And that's just one of the products that he has. We have a multi 9-figure media empire with Ken right now, where we've been doing all of his stuff for a few years. But one thing here is the Clips channel is really good at getting mass exposure without any extra effort, because the way that we work with our clients is we like to spend 1 to 2 hours per week recording with them to get all of the content. And once you've been doing that for a long time, that's 2 long form videos per week and hundreds of short form videos per week, which is why when we say we have, in the last 90 days, we've done 1,500 videos. But once we work with someone for a long time, you have such a backlog, you can start to clip all their stuff and post it on a second channel. And now we're starting to add call to actions to every single one of those videos. For right now, let's see, the call to action right now is for a webinar. And so we're going to track how many webinar leads came from this channel. And it is more than you would think. The next is mid form on X. Right now, we're posting all of those same clips on X, and with the same call to action, because you're meeting people in different places, especially these like 1 to 5 minute videos. They have just been crushing. And guess what? All of them, they're just going right back to that same webinar that we're going to be hosting to sell Limitless Expo, which is a live event. And then the other thing is just reposting old videos. So when a video goes viral on here, we just keep on reposting it because it continues to get more views. You are not being punished by the algorithm for reposting videos if you change it up a little bit. In fact, it is proof. So then we take inspiration from what's doing well on this video and do it for the main channel. So if you already have a large brand, starting a clip channel, one, it can add a lot of revenue. 2, it adds a ton of leads and exposure and distribution. And then just distribute your content better. Right now on Midform, the amount of leads that we are getting on X is more than we ever have in the history of our company. And I think the vast majority of the reason is just because of these clips. The next strategy that works really well, this is for another one of our clients, Mark Moss, where we took over his second channel in May, so about 60 days ago. We've already done 1 million views, almost 5,000 subscribers, and generated well over $300,000 in revenue. So let me show you the strategy behind that. And so this niche channel, the entire goal is sell a very high ticket program that he has that's much more niche and in depth, that he doesn't want to just sell to the main audience. He wanted to start the second channel. So what we're doing is we're doing all videos, again, as niche as possible. What's working in the meta for YouTube right now, because it knows the entire transcript of everything that you're doing, is you want the information and the content to appeal to the highest quality person, but then you want to have the title and thumbnail as broad to capture as many people, but the content is what converts. People say niche down in the content, but you want as many people that are the right ICP. If they watch that, they want to watch all of your videos and they will convert. But we send people from the long form video, because we always want to provide excess goodwill, to the webinar. Everything that's worked for him is long form YouTube to webinar. So we're just keeping it on the same platform. And what it's done is we have a 6 to 7% answering click-through rate. And I'll show you what that means. That means 6 to 7% of people that make it to the end of the video end up clicking on the end screen. This one is 10%, but it's also a shorter video. So instead of taking people off platform and having a call to action for them to go to a webinar where they sign in or they give you their contact information, we are keeping them on platform. And so we send them to a evergreen YouTube video, or the evergreen webinar that lives on YouTube unlisted. It's brought in over 6,000 views, and this one has generated over $100,000. But then we started to test what would work better, a webinar or a VSL, because the webinar is an hour long. This one's 11 minutes long. So if we want more people to hear the pitch, because the goal is to get people on the phone, what will happen? And so we're currently testing that information. This one also has 5,000 views, where we're split testing, sending traffic either at end screen to the VSL or to the webinar. And this is absolutely crushing for high ticket. The main thing being hyper niche dense content, quasi broad packaging, keeping people on the platform, getting them nurtured, closing one time on the platform, book a call. I'm going to go strategy number 3 is going back to the basics that other people have forgotten. And so for this channel, since the beginning of the year, we've gotten 54 million views, 45,000 subscribers, 565,000 watch hours. That's just from YouTube. We've done probably 250 million total views if you count everything else. But the biggest trends back in the day were 7 marketing mistakes people are making. XYZ thing, like just having a number, having super basic problem solution. Now we're literally just replicating that exact same format. 7 most hated home trends for this niche. And they are just absolutely crushing. They're not, this guy has a luxury home construction company. And right now we're going high TAM because we're trying to improve the money model that he has substantially. But I guarantee you this is going to be a multi 8-figure per year channel just from the content to revenue system. The other thing is just right now there's more videos than ever. And I think we are in an environment where you need qualium. You need a lot of volume at a high degree of quality. And so every single one of our clients, we are doing at least 2 to 3 long form YouTube videos per week, which is an enormous amount of volume. And then we're doing dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of shorts every single week. Because the more volume we are doing, the better results we're getting in terms of total views, total revenue, total sales for them. And so if we can maximize their time where we do all of the pre-production and then they show up for 2 hours per week and we produce it and we're on there live and we're directing the videos and just basically running a podcast where we're asking them questions, and then we get the best information. We have the hooks, the call to actions, understand how everything leads to revenue. Everything is funnel-based videos. We've seen the biggest return on investment doing more volume with higher quality. So we're tightening up the quality standards as well as doing more of it. But we've A/B tested this with other clients where we'll post 1 time per week and do 1 short per day, and their revenue and views and subscribers is way lower than people that do more. It's just most of the time the answer is do more, you get more. So how do we do this while maximizing the time efficiency for our clients? That's just recording with them virtually. And so we do all the pre-production. They can show up. They don't have to think about it until next week. So the main things, if you have a brand, Clips channel, start distributing the long form stuff that you're doing better. Especially X mid-form is kind of a hack right now. You can just get a ton of views and a lot of leads from it. Number 3, it's a YouTube webinar flywheel. Number 4, more volume at a higher quality. Those are the current metas that we're seeing, but this actually changes. Sometimes you'll go off a trend of, hey, right now YouTube and revenue is working better by doing longer videos. So we'll do fucking hour-long videos with the client. Sometimes it's really just our biggest moat is the data that we have. Because we have quite a lot of clients, we're constantly testing new things. And once we have a format, we can rip it for all clients across different niches and it works for every single client, which is amazing. And so we have this incredible data moat on what's working, not just in terms of mass views, but also max revenue for the clients. And then it's iterating and trying to have faster feedback loops across that data to execution for maximizing the revenue for every single person.